Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we're gonna actually be flying a R22 helicopter for the very first time. I'm really excited for that. An instructor is gonna go up and kind of show me the controls, and then obviously you'll see from there. So I'm really excited for this. It should be a pretty nice day, actually. I'm hoping that the sun can poke through and we'll be able to see the Seattle skyline. So stay tuned. So excited for this.
But I'll go over the controls right here. Do you have any experience in aviation?
I've flown a Cessna once, but that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quite a bit different. I'm going to show you the three primary flight techniques that we use in a helicopter. I'm going to fly here. So if you take a look at up above me, I'll show you the main rotor hub of things, sir. So if you look up here at the main rotor hub, and the top one flight, you can see how the pitch angle changes the main rotor, right?
Yeah.
So now we're pitching. So basically, what this allows us to do is we lift up on that, you're going to add a corresponding anti-torque pedal to smooth high reaction as the opposite reaction, right? So if we didn't have that tail rotor back there on the back, we kind of spin like a top. And anytime we have any kind of power or pitch change on our main rotor, we need to have corresponding tail rotor. So if we lift up on the collective, we add left pedal. If we lower the collective, we add right pedal. Really, there's only a power for either removing or taking away power. You're using the anti-torque pedals, right? Left pedal is the power pedal. When you're adding right pedal, all you're really doing is taking power away, right? Tail rotor back there. But for today's purpose of our flight, I'm really going to have us focus solely on the cycle. And the cycle controls the ground track. This means is this cycle controls really where we want to go. It's a kind of on a pendulum up there, like balancing a broomstick on your feet, right? And so there's a rotor disc, the cyclic is really kind of in control of that. If you want to take a look again up at the main rotor hub, how that changes allows us to basically do what go wherever we want to go when we talk to them. So if we add a little bit of left cycle left here, helicopter's going to come to the left, right? And to the right. And if we add core cyclic, right, helicopter's going to gain airspeed, and the nose pitches down, just come forward, right? And then vice versa, come back. This kind of comes back to slow down. But anytime we're doing something like that, right, if we're slowing down, when we don't change anything in our pitching, so if it's selected there, you're just going up or you're going to send down. So the best way to kind of describe a helicopter is like riding a unicycle while jumping, because you are everything is moving. You're having control of everything at once, right? Nothing is ever really not happening, right? So all your extremities are doing something, and it's really challenging, right? It's a very difficult thing to do, but over time those things kind of start to make more sense if you pursue it as a career. But today, I really want to emphasize how sensitive the machine is. And since you're going to be using your right hand on the cycling, you really don't want to move it any more than about the size of a nickel or like a dime. Any more than that, you've over controlled it, right?
Wow.
And so you'll feel it going left forward or back or left. So it's almost like you plant. What I like to do is plant my forearm right on my leg, drop the cycling right in there, and you're just kind of flying with the fingertips, right? And it's just a steady, consistent pressure in whatever direction that you want to go, right? That's really what I'm going to emphasize today, especially since we got some wind up there. They're going to notice as we head out down south here, the terrain, a little mean basically it's phallic. So the wind will come off of that, it'll hit it, and it'll go this shape. You don't need to do anything about it. You know, the worst thing you could do is push forward or do something drastic. You're just kind of along for the ride.
Right.
Really, really cool. And do you have any questions about these three basic? I mean, it's a
No,
lot
I
that I
mean,
just
yeah,
thrown at you
yeah.
guys,
It.
but
I'm sure once I see you kind of doing it, it'll make more sense.
yeah, okay. Now the next thing that I have to give you is called SPAR 73 awareness training. And so this is something that pertains to R22 and R44. It's a regulation regarding basically the hazards of this semi-rigid rotor system. Semi-rigid rotor system is a two-bladed rotor system, right? Like EPS here. Other helicopters, I don't tune around. They'll have more than two,
Uh-huh.
and they're called fully articulate, and some of their those are just the different characteristics. And each type of helicopter has their own kind of pros and cons in that sense. But for the R22, you need to be aware about called low G pushovers and mass. Basically, what this means, right? If you go out on super turbulent days, a lot of wind, you could get a weightlessness feeling here, uh, and basically the helicopter will start to make a right roll. Then you could, if you take the wrong input here by going left and not reloading your main rotor disc, you can actually make contact with mass there or shock your tail. So it's super dangerous, semi-rigid. But pilots are trained that anytime that you feel this weightlessness feeling, you just gently back on the cyclic, and it kind of reloads us and the lift in our main rotor disc, basically leveling it out.
And will you feel like, for example, if that were to happen on my seat, would you feel it on yours?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah. So it's something that is just very obvious. It happens, and we're trained. All of our training is no jump. And then, so that's low G mass something. And then the next thing I'm going to talk about is up here, we have a couple of our instruments that we need to correct. We'll see what's our commander up here, and then engine rotor RPM decay, right? So if our RPM starts to decay, right, we can get into something what's called a low rotor RPM stall. This happens about 80% on that there. And there's nothing we can do when we get to that. So we're not allowed to ever really, if there's some decay happening, we're supposed to adjust accordingly. We'll reflect it at the auto rotation, figure out what's going on with the engine or whatever such is going on. But the most important thing is that you're never allowed to get down to 80% to stall, right? That's in my opinion, flying a helicopter is safer than flying a plane because we could land in a small little spot. Anything happens, I don't runway, I can do. And then there's this idea that helicopters fall out of the sky like a rock or something, right? But no, we have auto rotation and safely glide into a spot and land without any issue, right? So it's, in my opinion, that makes it safe, especially flying over a super populated area like here.
Right.
Right. You don't pick small spots to be able to land. And then the last thing I'm going to go over is something called energy management. That's just something that all pilots have to be aware of. There's three types of energy that we're always thinking about: kinetic energy, potential energy, and then negative. Kinetic energy is our forward airspeed, right? So we don't want to just be super slow and have no altitude or something like that, because then we're not able to safely land at those level. Do have initiative, right? So we're always thinking about, and then our potential energy being altitude, but we're always thinking about those two things being what? We want altitude and we want a little bit of airspeed in case of something, an engine happening, right? Then we can send that energy that's harnessed and stored basically back into our rotor system up there and say glide to the ground using the energy. So I know I threw a lot at you there, but that is the SPAR 73 awareness training.
Yeah.
Looking good there. All right, now we can go ahead and throw on our headsets. Headsets are located right here above us.
got to fly in this, but maybe not in the very beginning.
Yeah, not in the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ah! Right. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it. I did not realize that there was so many controls. Yeah. So when you drive by yourself, are you usually just holding one stick, one side? Oh, okay. Cool. helicopter.